Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. For anybody not aware of this is a genuine investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you details of a public meeting with the SEC and an opportunity to ask directly questions, especially questions with regard to MMTLP. And we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol BBIG and AMC. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So headline first of all from CNBC, the Dow rises on Monday and heads for the 11th straight day of gains. So there has been positive movements in the markets. And in other positive news here from CNBC again here is that China has announced a slew of measures to bolster its economy, and I have certainly seen a significant number of China stocks including Baba and NIO making very strong gains today. So good news there from the China side. And in other news today from a Twitter side, we shout out here to Elon Musk. For those of you who shouldn't not already know, at the moment x.com is now going to point to twitter.com, and the logo there has now been updated. So Twitter will be also found with x.com. Just to finish off here, let's have a look at the heat map for close of play today. Technology has done well, communication, energy has done much better, financial services has also done quite good. We are expecting news from inflation this week, and if that is positive in terms of interest rate decision, then hopefully this will continue. So let's start by sharing the details of the meeting. So Gary Gensler here earlier today posted that tomorrow 11 a.m. Eastern Time, the SEC is joining NASA and WIS-DFI for a joint public round table. The event is open to the public and the afternoon session will be live streamed. So I am expecting a significant number of MMTLP members to attend this live stream opportunity to directly ask questions to Gary and directly ask questions to the SEC. So what I have stated to Gary, tagging him in, is I've said I guarantee that there will be representation from the MMTLP community at this public event. Make sure, Gary, you do your homework, prepare your answers and get ready to explain why you have done absolutely nothing to fix this fiasco. So anybody who will be at the meeting, and I'm sure many of you will be, shout out here to 100 MPHDD who's giving you some interesting talking points. I'm sure you'll have many of your own as well, but 4 good talking points to add to the meeting. Number 1, what is the share count? Number 2, FINRA U3 Holtz suggests there is an imbalance of shares settled in the financial system, so can you please explain that? Number 3, who allowed MMTLP to trade when the S1 clearly states it is not tradable? As well as that, FINRA seems to have also broken its own rules. Number 4, why are blue sheets not available by FINRA when there is a public harm? So remember, MMTLP is no longer trading, so there should not be an issue in terms of releasing the blue sheets, especially in order to avoid the uncertainty. So just 4 questions there, and I'm sure there are going to be very many more that you can also include. So the next shout out here is to Hollywood Henry, so for a tremendous campaign, and what he stated here is had a realization this weekend the importance of the community members hand delivering the MMTLP packet to the home congressional representation representative. So I think this is a much better idea than sending it by post, and if members of the community in every single state can go and hand deliver, that would be tremendous. So 245 physical packets have gone to the 3 main oversight committees there. And what if we had hundreds and or maybe thousands of community members in every state delivering the packet to the politicians? That would certainly add more pressure to them, and they would obviously get that human touch, that face-to-face touch. So absolutely excellent idea, and thank you. Hey, Mike Q, shout out to Mike, who's responded positively and stated here earlier today, met with my Congressman Kustoff at his barbecue, MMTLP package delivered. So absolutely fantastic outcome there, and hopefully the Congressman Kustoff reads the packet and asks some questions. Let's now move on to have a look at AMC, and we can see here it was also trending, as well as AMCSqueeze, Twitter AX, and also X rated. So there was something happening. So let's have a look at the chart. So the one-day chart for today, we can see a significant spike here, 24th of July 2023, and where it went from around about $4.40 to $5.84 at close of play, up in excess of 32.7%, and I think at one point it was also up in excess of $6. So what's happened, and why is this reaction that we've seen just happen? So let's have a look at, first of all, the Fintel data. So short shares available. The latest data suggests there are no short shares available. So certainly very, very difficult to short right now. And if we now have a look at the cost to borrow from Fintel, it is a staggering 991.77%, and earlier it was also in excess of 1,053%. So a very, very expensive borrow rate for the shorts. From Ortex, we can see the short interest in AMC is at its highest level since March 2021, at 27.99% of the free float. So at the current price of $5.17, short sellers have lost on paper $111 million since Friday's close. So that is absolutely fantastic news. And from a news angle, we can see here, according to Yahoo Finance, AMC Entertainment shares soar after judge blocks equity transactions. So this was also something that we shared in the Discord, and you'll be able to see here that this was AMC was also added onto our watch list, where we talked about the judge's decision. So congratulations to everybody who got into AMC. And we also can see here, headline from Frank Nez: AMC breaks new weekend high record in 4 years. So obviously the stock has been trending much higher, but one of the other reasons why that's happened is because of the two film releases. The first one is Barbenheimer and the other one was Barbie. So that's ended up with $162 million in its first weekend of release. So obviously we're looking at Sunday already breaking record-breaking estimate of $155 million. So this is great news for AMC, and it also means that it's had a positive impact on the stock price. And finally, I'd like to have a look at ticker symbol BBIG, also known as Vinco Ventures. So let's start by having a look at the chart for the previous month. But however, today we can see it was up in excess of 54.35% and closing at around about $5.14. However, what's much more interesting is that over the previous month, it is up in excess of 306%. And we can see here earlier in late June, it was trading just around about the $1.50 mark. So significant gains there. So let's see what's happening in terms of Fintel, and we can see here the short squeeze score is 91.78, and it is ranked very, very high in terms of the 4,558 stocks at number 29. So short shares available, we can see again there are no short shares available for BBIG, so very difficult for it to be shorted. In terms of the cost to borrow, again a very, very significant increase. So if you have a look at the 20th of July, it was costing 15.61% to borrow, and 1 day later, 21st of July, it's gone up to 104.86%. so that again will be costing the shorts a significant amount of money. So in terms of news headlines, we can see here from Spark Newswire, they've also released an article today saying what's going on with Vinco Ventures BBIG stock. So we also know that there are obviously legal campaigns going on in the background, but the stock has gained nearly 100% in the previous 5 days. So obviously let's have a look at what else you may need to know. So the shares certainly are moving higher today. The volume is high and the stock has been halted multiple times for volatility. So according to Benziga Pro, more than 30.5 million shares have already been traded Monday, compared to BBIG stock's 100-day average of just 979.1 thousand shares. So it's gained over 165% over the month. We've seen it's now obviously at time of editing in excess of 30%. So the article is slightly out of date. So obviously, as a key reminder, this is a digital media and content technology company. It's got 80% ownership in Lowmotive Private Limited, which offers a video sharing social networking platform, quite similar to TikTok. So in terms of what's going on in the future, I think this is certainly going to be having some extreme volatility. So great idea to take profits where you can. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.